Hey guys, it's me, Mario, and today we're finishing up Hawkite, Arrow of the Air. Chapter 10, Tom's True Destiny. Hi Alden J. Hope you're doing well. Let's finish this up. Clear my throat. Chapter 10, Tom's True Destiny. At the foot of the tree on the far side of the field, Tom and Elena both saw the prone body of the farmer stir and get groggily to his feet. The music is too loud. Oh, there we go. A young boy ran towards him from behind some fencing. The cries of delight drifted in on the breeze towards Tom and Elena as the boy was swung up into his father's arms. Villagers had appeared at the side of the field. They gazed in disbelief as their crops returned to their former glory. Oh, excuse me. Fallen trees leaped upright, fruit fattened on branches, even as the branches straightened and healed themselves. One boy hesitantly reached for a cluster of glossy, fresh blackberries that had burst from the hedgerow. He tasted them carefully, as if he were afraid they would vanish in his hand. How? The land is healed. Food? Elena laughed as the boy with the blackberries ran up to her and put his arms around her waist. Everywhere there were smiling faces and whoops of delight. "Thank you," came a voice at the back of the cheering crowd. "How can we ever repay you?" Tom and Elena watched as the big villager who had threatened Tom with a knife pushed through to the front. He kneeled hesitantly before Tom. It's just takes a while for the next song. Where was I? I don't know how you have done this. No. Elena laughed as the boy with the blackberries ran up to her and put her arms around her waist. Everywhere there were smiling faces and whoops of delight. "Thank you," came a voice at the back of the cheering crowd. "How can we ever repay you?" Tom and Elena watched as the big villager who had threatened Tom with a knife pushed through to the front. He kneeled hesitantly before Tom. "I don't know how you have done this," he said, "but I know you have restored Gwilder's farms. You have brought us fresh hope, and I held a knife to your throat. I don't know what to say." Tom pulled him back to his feet. "Say nothing. Truly, it's forgotten," said Tom. "Then we shall hold a feast," shouted the old woman who had shown them the strange painting. "You will be our guests of honor, but we must prepare. A burst of chatter broke out among the crowd as the villagers turned away and hurried out of the field. Snatches of conversations drifted back towards Tom and Elena. Apples, pears, berries, all the colors of Grilder harvest have returned. Tom and Elena watched them go. A small thud on the ground by Tom's feet made him look down. The magic pearl he had given to the villagers to save them from starvation had been returned to him. He bent down and picked it up, wincing at the pain in his sword hand. The bruise had spread further. Determined not to worry Elena, Tom studied the pearl instead. It was as heavy and beautiful as ever, and felt good to have in his hand once more. He would never let it go of his sight again. Thank goodness for Freya's ring, Elena murmured. She took hold of Tom's hand and examined the golden band on his little finger. As Tom thought about Grilder's enchanted mistress of the beasts, darkness fell around him. The air grew icy. An invisible force picked him up and slammed him to the ground. Silver yelped, and he felt Stormbuck and rear beside him. Tom barely had time to draw his breath before Freya appeared. Her long hair whipped around her head and shoulders like thick snakes, standing in her armor. She was as fearsome of a sight. She was a fearsome sight. Her face twisted with fury, and yet Tom wanted to help her. While there's blood in my veins, I'll free you, Freya, Tom said, holding the mistress of the beasts. Holding the mistress of the beasts' fiery gaze. I don't want to be free, Freya hissed. Her eyes turned into him with hate, but Tom didn't look away. Don't you understand? Grilder is nothing to me. Velmel is my master now. Tom felt a pain in his heart. He reached out his hand to the woman in front of him. Freya stepped back and sneered. You won't succeed in this quest, she snarled. Crab and Hawkite were nothing. Are you ready for Rock, the walking mountain? No, Tom. No one can conquer him. Leave Grilder now while you still can. The air swirled and eddied. The air swirled and eddied. I don't know that word. Then the darkness lifted once again. Tom, Elena, Storm, and the Silver were alone in the dazzling Gwildorian light. Here is Velmel, the mistress of the beasts. Tom turned to look at Elena. She stood with her fingers twisted uncertainly through Silver's thick fur. Is this quest too much, Tom? She asked in a worried voice. Have we started something we can't finish? Tom shook his head forcefully. Never, he said through gritted teeth. Whatever Freya might say, I'm not turning back. I can't explain it, Elena, but This quest feels like my true destiny. He lifted his sword high in the air, and I'll never turn away from that. And that's the ending of Hawkite, Arrow of the Air. Chapter 10, Thomas's True Destiny. Well, hope you all enjoyed this chapter. And I hope you will join me in my next video. Well, I will read the prologue of Rock, the Walking Mountain. So yeah. Hope you guys like, subscribe, and hit the bell if you guys are interested in more Beast Quest videos. And maybe some dragons in the future. Hopefully, anyway. Why am I so tired? Been focusing on art lately, so haven't been uploading many videos lately. But I hope I can change that. Hopefully, anyway. Make more videos, more common. Hopefully, anyway. And I also must thank the new subscribers who have subscribed to my channel. It's been a little... You guys have been a little active lately. More active in the comments as well. So, thank you for that. I always like to read the comments here and there. If I get any, I'll read them if I can find them, or if you guys comment on them. So yeah, hope you guys are doing well, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye bye!